Namaste everyone.
Hamro farm mas swagat cha.
Welcome to our farm.
We are here in the springtime now. It is just the end of March and the sun is shining. It's really warm. If you saw our last video, which was in January, just a month or so ago, we were in big down jackets and warm hats. It was really cold, and now it's beautiful and warm.
Yeah, it's a beautiful time. It's a time when all the flowers bloom and then the new buds come up and the greenery rammed up.
And the rhododendron flowers are blooming. We've got a few on our land here. Okay. Yeah, so it's the springtime, and we wanted to give our main updates of what's been going on our land.
Yep.
So the first main thing is we've planted a bunch of trees. So we wanted to get the trees in before the monsoon season. This is a perfect time to be planting. So we planted over 30 fruit and nut trees. So we'll show you that in a little bit. The second thing is the rammed earth house construction walls have started going up, and it's looking really good.
Yep.
The third thing is the stone pathway built by our wonderful Sherpa team from the road up to our house, or where our main house will be, has been finished, and it looks great. And then the fourth thing is we've got in place our temporary housing where we're living here on the land. We've got a cool tent. So yeah, we'll take you through some of these new things that we have going on here. And yeah, we hope you enjoy seeing our farm.
Let's go. Look at these. They are doing so good. Like in 2 weeks, they have flower and now they are fruiting. Look at the tiny fruits that they have. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. So this is our orchard area, and we have planted different varieties of fruits. And this one is Japanese persimmon. Japanese persimmon, yeah, one of my favorite fruit. Plum, this is plum. That's okay, I think it will flower next year. So this is apple. Look at this apple. It's doing pretty good with a lot of foliage in it. This is Anna apple, Anna.
It looks like we have some pest problems already. So we're gonna have to figure out what is starting to eat our plant. This is troubleshooting as we go.
Process of planting a tree. Yeah, first we dug out the hole. The size of the hole depends on the type of the fruit and the composition of the soil underneath. Because if there is like hard rock with rocks in it, you might need a bigger hole so that the roots of these trees, young trees, can go nicely. If it is a nice soil, then it doesn't need a big hole, because the root of this tree can easily go if it is a nice soil. This hole was like 3 feet in depth and like 2 feet in diameter. After you are done with digging the hole, you add some litter at the bottom and then mix it with some of the soil, which provides like nitrogen for your plant, and then add some of the soil just to cover those, make those litter compact at the bottom. And then on top of that, we mix the soil that came after digging the hole and the compost in the ratio of 1:1, and then fill the hole with that mixture. Just get the plant and then plant it there and then cover it up. And then after you are done with covering, you mulch it with whatever the green plants that you have in the vicinity, and then water. For the water to just stay in its intended area, we make a little bit of depression. But once it starts raining a lot, we'll make it a hump a little bit. We'll add some more soil, and then so that the water can't stay here. Water is not going to be flooded out here because it's a slopey area, and then water will find its way down there.
So far we've planted maybe, I think, between 25 and 30 trees in this orchard area. So we have this terrace we planted some, the one we're on now, and then the one below as well. And all these trees came from 2 sources. So we got them, some from Charlie Baba, who's just 5 minutes down the way, and also from Sanskriti Organic Farms in Fulbari from Sri Krishna. And so we'll see how they all do.
Yeah.
This is an Ekaimer apple from Charlie Baba. It's got a spider on it. So Charlie Baba's trees we planted around 3 weeks ago, and then the other ones we planted just last week. Another apple here.
Nice.
And here is our stone Sherpa le Baneko Batu. Before, this was just a dirt path, difficult to walk up. So we had one of Kadak's trekking guides, Pasang Sherpa, and 3 other wonderful guys, Pasang, Pemba, and Babudai, from the village of Bupsa in Solukhumbu, come here to build this path. They all have experience in stonemasonry, and it took them just a little over a month to finish. All the stones came from here, either brought down from the older house we demolished, or extracted straight from the land. No easy task. The path is made from literally nothing but stone. No cement, no mortar. They just took the stones, chiseled them to the exact right size, and then carefully placed and fit them together. The path is so beautiful, and I feel so happy and grateful every time I walk on it, especially knowing the hard work and attention that went into building it. Even built in with a nice resting point midway. And here is the rammed earth, our house construction, which you can see is very much in the works. The rammed earth is being done by the company Sustainable Future Nepal, led by Nadia and Acharya, a fellow Jumli. And there is now a team of 12 guys living and working here, almost all from Bardia district of Nepal. They are pretty much all bais and dais of one another, family or friends from the same villages. They were just a team of 4 back when construction work began at the beginning of this year, starting with the demolition of the 2 of the older houses on the property. All the materials, like the stones, wood, have been organized and kept so that we can reuse as much as we possibly can. The guys built their temporary house in just a day, actually, with the old CGI sheets and bamboo from the land here. Starting from the very first day, all the work that these men have done is like 99% done by hand and their own human strength and skill. They've only used the smallest power tools on occasion. It's literally all done by hand. Once we finalized the house design, we measured out where the house would sit on this terrace and marked the borders. Several more guys from Bardia joined the construction team, and they dug the foundation for the eastern side of the house. The foundation was then built with the stones that were here, and then a mix of stone and cement with steel rebar for reinforcement and earthquake safety. All the materials from outside are brought into the road below, and then these guys haul it up the terraces in dokos and wheelbarrows. After the first foundation was set, they started the rammed earth, and they've been working on these rammed earth walls now for a little over a month. For the rammed earth, we've been able to use a good amount of the mato, or soil, from here. The soil needs to have the right ratio of sand and clay and no organic material in it. We've also brought in other mato from not too far away, so we have a mix of different colors to make the layers of the wall. The mato is then mixed with a bit of dunga kodulo, or fine gravel, and a teeny bit of cement. Then you add water to get it wet, and then add a layer about 10 to 15 centimeters of this into the wall formworks, or wall molds, and then ram it down for about 15 minutes like this, compacting the layer to about half the thickness. Then they start on a new layer with a different color mato, and it looks like this. Once they finish a section of the wall, it will need to dry for a few days, and then they can start on a section above. For the front walls of the house here, they're trying out this really cool pattern. Looks kind of like Dhaka. We're really hoping that we can finish the rammed earth and get a roof on this side before the monsoon season starts, because you really can't do a whole lot of work when it's raining because rammed earth needs to be able to dry. Narayan says it is possible, so we will see. Fingers crossed. And as you can see over here, they're just finishing up the foundation for this side of the house, and then we will get started on the rammed earth walls over here pretty soon. Thank you so much to Narayan and these really hardworking guys for all their work on this. We're super excited with how it's turning out and can't wait to see it finished. Now up to our tent palace. Tent Darbar. This is our temporary shelter at the moment. So this is where we stay when we come to the land from Kathmandu. So this is a nice like Everest dining tent. So this is where we sleep. We've got a mattress and our clothes. Super nice.
Wow.
Before we put up the tent, Pasang Sherpa and Pemba of Karikula helped us to build the platform for the tent. I think it took all of about 2 hours to finish, and then we had our lovely new home. And then we just had some of the Kamgar de Manche. They helped us build this nice roof structure so that in the rainy season it'll stay protected and also helps with not heating up the tent too much. They built this in a day, just welding together some of the leftover aluminum and CG sheets from the house that was demolished previously. And then they even built us this nice porch as well. Nice dinner and eating space. Great place to have breakfast with the lovely view behind us. Yeah. You come this way. This is the oldest house on the property. It must be like 25, 30 years old. And so this is right now where our kitchen is. So if you come along the side, we brought the electricity up. And yeah, this is where we cook. It's a little short, so you gotta kind of like hunch. But yeah, it works great. It stays really cool during these hot days. And we have all our kitchen stuff, stove, dishes, food, so we can do our cooking. We have a dining table, so we can sit here and chop things.
Hi.
Super nice. Yeah. And yeah, that's where we're staying when we come. We even have the water running here, so we have our own sink. Woohoo, see, you can wash your hands. Oh, very exciting. If you follow us this way, it's a little precarious. Yesterday, Kadak built us our own compost toilet. So this is our compost toilet. Take off the lid, do your business, put a little dirt, put a little leaves, move it back up. And that'll be good for like 1 to 2 months till it fills up. And then it'll just be amazing compost for whatever comes and grows here later. And then we'll dig another hole and we'll have another compost toilet. And look at this view as you go.
This is the best view in the world.
And later we built a privacy wall with a little view hole. So those are our updates as we go into the spring here. And we hope you enjoyed watching and that you'll keep following along as we continue doing things here at the farm. Dhanyavad ani feri batawla.